kind of guerrilla warfare style with these Greyhounds, and now you can see just keeping them just out of reach. So we'll have to see if he's going to do anything further with that. This one Greyhound kind of hanging back a little bit. I kind of wonder if it's going to get hit. Doesn't look like it though. But meanwhile, CryptoN still just has pretty good defenses here. As you could see, even with the Greyhounds poking around there, his machine guns were enough to kind of hold off the surge of infantry that came running through with that. Right now, we can see the Volksgrenadiers do have infantry pillage activated, and they are now kind of threatening these these couple of engineers that were just kind of down here trying to cap this place. So hopefully, I want to see CryptoN grab some of these victory points here, because he is still down. The score right now, 500 for AirTaylor, 323 for CryptoN. And AirTaylor, could it be that he's going to continue alternating his opponent? He does have both of his Greyhounds here. Vet 1 now for this Greyhound, charging on in here on the right once again. Now that he's seen that the anti-tank guns have moved back, he's just going to keep moving them back and forth. One thing a Greyhound can always do is outmaneuver an anti-tank gun. So we'll have to see if that's going to go any further. Again, I really like this aggressive positioning here of the Fatherland HMG team by CryptoN. It just kind of keeps the infantry nicely stuck in his base. So it looks like things have calmed down for a little bit here. We have a huge ball of riflemen. It looks like 4 squads of riflemen, anti-tank gun, and 2 engineers. Sticky bombs now researching. Looks like AirTaylor is getting ready to go on the warpath. You can see that these double Greyhound armor cars still hanging out here, just kind of defending the victory point. He did just send an OBS plane over, so he definitely caught sight of both anti-tank guns right now. Looks like accomplished motorcycle just kind of hanging out. That's going to get sight of this big attack coming, but kind of a monster attack coming over here on the right. But I really just kind of wonder what he's attacking. I mean, there are no units here, and I definitely would recommend against trying to attack a base. By the way, he's got to be careful. He is sitting on top of his own landmines, but just kind of idly threatening the base. You can see just a few random shots there, and the Greyhounds. He's just constantly repositioning. It's really hard. I apologize if I'm focusing a lot on the troop movements of AirTaylor, but he is definitely moving his troops constantly, whereas CryptoN seems to have more of a static defense. So meanwhile, looks like we got another little bit of a skirmish here, but unfortunately they are just outgunned with that Greyhound there for the time being. He really needs to bring up his anti-tank guns, but he really cannot. Doesn't matter though. We have a Stug on the field right now for CryptoN. The Stug is doing a pretty good job here. He does get sticky bombed though right away. Double sticky bombs on the front. We'll see a damaged engine there and immobilized. Oh, that was a really brutal sticky bomb right there. Meanwhile, these riflemen here are just kind of taking shots at all infantry anywhere. You can see a nice, very nice looking smoke dropped right in the middle of all that. The rifleman now advancing. It looks like this sniper is totally revealed. You can see that, by the way, he has upgraded his smoke. I believe it disorients, it slows them down, and it exposes their armor. But now, just to kind of even things up, there is another expose going on right here. So it looks like we still just kind of have a good amount of fighting going on here. Greyhound just kind of putting some pressure. Oh, unfortunately kind of whiffing right there. Looks like we have a big counterattack now coming on up. Duffy's anti-tank gun firing away at this Stug. Is he going to get the Stug? Main gun destroyed, but Duffy's anti-tank gun is seriously threatened by all these Volksgrenadiers coming up at him right now. Duffy's anti-tank gun does kill the Stug, but now he's definitely in trouble. And oh my god, it's another strafing run. Whoa, the strafing run takes out everybody but a single Volksgrenadier, and wow, 2 entire Volksgrenadier squads taken out by a combination of strafing run and rifleman fire. Looks like the riflemen are now getting out of there. This accomplished motorcycle, very damaged. Duffy's anti-tank gun still firing away here. Things are really picking up on this side of the map. You can see that CryptoN is trying his best to defend his retreating troops with these double anti-tank guns. Taking a shot, getting a nice little crit on that Greyhound armor car, killing the gunner, but really not too many losses there for AirTaylor. So that was a very effective attack. Nice clutch defense of his anti-tank gun there with the strafing run as well. Meanwhile, you can see still continuing to OBS plane over this area. So AirTaylor, for the time being, just had a really sound victory, and he has a pretty good idea of what's going on the battlefield right now. He knows where all of CryptoN's troops are. Looks like he did go ahead and build a triage center, and he has back-teched to a weapon support center. So he went tier 1, tier 3, then back to tier 2. Meanwhile, over here on the right-hand side, you can see that the close combat Volksgrenadiers of CryptoN are now up. CryptoN now clearly getting tired of bleeding out so many victory points, is trying to capture this point. It is 500 points to AirTaylor, 264 to CryptoN. So definitely time for CryptoN to start deciding to take control over this map. It looks like we do have a single Greyhound armored car coming on out here. Checking this out. This Greyhound armored car was killed. His gunner was killed, so I believe he needs to be repaired a little bit in order for that to regenerate. Anyhow, managed to capture that victory point, but now just kind of skating on out of there. So not too much there. Meanwhile, I hadn't even mentioned this yet, but of course, because we saw Pumas earlier, Storm Armory up for CryptoN, and now I'm going to swap on back to CryptoN's point of view just to keep all of our Access fans happy here. And you can see yet another Stug being produced. We have 2 snipers on the field here for CryptoN. Definitely very effective against that infantry, and no! Oh, that single mine that AirTaylor placed oh so long ago. Looks like it took out those Pioneers as they were heading on in there to cap that point. Wilson's rifleman in the meantime going to occupy this house and defend a little bit, but you can see the sniper already starting to pick away at them. Manpower blitz is activated. Oh, another strafing run. Strafing run just instantly. It looked like it even cut all the way back here. It took out that sniper and took out the motorcycle. So really brutal anti-sniper tactics there. He just knows exactly where to go with that. But it looks like the fighting for the time being is about to start happening over here on the right. Close combat Volks in this house. We do even have a blitz anti-tank gun snuck in through this back door. Now backed up by a Puma and a Stug, opting not to go for the Kool-Aid Man entrance, but instead to be polite and to take the already designed entrances. You can see now these riflemen going to have to skate on out of there. Meanwhile, we do have, looks like a flare back here, revealing the rest of AirTaylor's troops, and looks like AirTaylor is going to opt to just kind of back out a little bit. So Wilson's riflemen, tired of getting picked off from in there, and check out the front of that building. Not too soon at all for them to get out. Meanwhile, these Pioneers, the second squad of Pioneers, now equipped with a Minesweeper, I'll note, ready to find any more mines there. So meanwhile, Engineers out here capping. You can see this passive-aggressive warfare continuing for AirTaylor. And just a good presence here of Pumas and Stugs for the time being. Trying to see if I've missed anything else. By the way, army items for CryptoN. He does have the 15% armor for snipers as well as 25% reduced cost. Sorry, 25 manpower reduced cost, not percentage. But just kind of a lot of just kind of poking back and forth across this hedgerow here. Hedgerow kind of lightly obscuring sight, but not too much. You can see some shots kind of going through across this broken down pickup truck that somebody's been trying to restore. But meanwhile, just a lot of fighting going on. Just kind of light fighting here. Heavy machine gun team now taking a good look, but not too much else here. It looks like we do have a sniper moving on up here, the last of the 2 snipers. He will be able to get a reasonable line of sight out there. We'll see. Yes, he takes another shot, takes out the first gunner of that heavy machine gun team, and the anti-tank gun now moving into position. So not too bad. Not looking too bad here for him. And oh my God, is it another strafing run? Yes, it is. Oh, yet another sniper, and this time even grabbing that pack anti-tank gun. Wow, really brutal combination there for AirTaylor between observation plane and sniper. For those of you airborne players out there who have ever thought about not getting either of those abilities, them in combination are really good. So anyhow, looks like this Greyhound armored car again just kind of poking in, and look at him, he's just kind of shooting away at that anti-tank gun, kind of taking out his aggression, hoping to destroy the actual armament there. Stug taking a shot here, and look at that, he is opting to pick up that pack anti-tank gun using both of his Pioneers. I don't know if that's the wisest idea. Those Pioneers were already equipped with a Minesweeper, but there are 2 of them there, and so it looks like they're just going to try and put some pressure. But unfortunately, he just lost the use of a Minesweeper squad by doing that. So, meanwhile, you can see just above a huge potential attack here. Yes, it looks like we have smoke being dropped on the machine gun emplacement. The machine gunner's having to retreat a little bit here. Meanwhile, the Stug continuing to just kind of fire away at this Greyhound. The Greyhound, picking off the anti-tank gun there. So complete loss of that unit there. Meanwhile, grenade being thrown into the house. This house contains the close combat Volksgrenadiers, taking quite a few casualties, only a single one left. Meanwhile, double sticky bombs going on this. The hero Puma gets taken out, and could it be, I think as well, he lost those close combat Volksgrenadiers in the house, so massive infantry attack here. Looks like he's definitely going to get control over this area, spreading out his units, capping this victory point, and the Stug now having to retreat. Single Puma here left, and Pioneers perhaps here to repair. So Sniper here in the middle for CryptoN. Meanwhile, this Blitz anti-tank gun is definitely on hold fire right now. He is too far behind enemy lines to reveal himself. You can see Duffy's anti-tank gun got resupplied at some point and is now back out here firing away away, and it looks like we had a bunker built here by CryptoN. I did get a chance to point that out yet. Most likely he was looking to either set up a repair bunker or a medic bunker there, but it looks like they've got this nice big hole in the wall here, and Duffy's anti-tank gun just going to take some shots at a target of opportunity. So I think CryptoN believes this to be lost on the right-hand side here. He doesn't want to attack these static defenses that are now up, and it looks like he's doing a combined push here on the left-hand side. You can see that. Whoa, is that another strafing run there? Yes, it is. 9 XP for that. I didn't quite catch which unit that was. I believe, could that have been another sniper? Yes, it was another sniper. Baby sniper there, taken out once again by a strafing run. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. We have seen some serious strafing run usage so far this tournament. So that's going to blunt a little bit of the force of CryptoN's assault, but you can see CryptoN is just trapped in his base right now. He has 2 territories under his control right now, single low fuel and a medium munitions. Meanwhile, just desperately trying to reinforce his control over this map. It looks like he's definitely not supply capped or anything like that because he doesn't have enough units, but you can see a repossessed pack anti-tank gun now moving out. Those look to be riflemen who are occupying it. Duffy's anti-tank gun moving out. Looks like the Stug just taking some rear armor shots from that pack anti-tank gun. Yet another rear armor shot. That Stug is seriously damaged. Rifleman, bazooka shots from Wilson's rifleman coming on out there. Greyhound moving on out, putting some pressure on this Puma armored car. Puma armored car and Stug looking just in terrible shape right now. Smoke landing directly on top of the Fatherland HMG team. You can see them slowed and revealed, having a really hard time getting out of this territory. Looks like we have just some close combat Volks moving on up. Looks like he does have the infantry pillage activated, which is giving him heals and a little bit of money while he's attacking there. But anti-tank gun, main gun destroyed on the Puma. This Stug is just kind of waiting to be destroyed. Out of control Puma just goes careening around the battlefield right now. Lots of firing going on right now. You can see they do have the flare up on them right now, but it doesn't quite matter. Still just a massive amount of units right now. Just good old-fashioned battle going on here. It's, as you can see, no one's really moving. They're all just kind of standing there and taking it. I think at this point, AirTaylor is realizing that he has a numerical advantage, will happily trade pieces, and that's exactly what he did. Even getting his own sniper out on the field, by the way. So a lot of damage there, taking some casualties, but really it's just a lot of casualties that CryptoN could not afford to take right now. So AirTaylor backing off for the time being. Maybe going to get control over this strategic point at some point, and you can see just kind of picking up on his supply drops there. So Blitz anti-tank gun now sneaking around. Ooh, sneaky anti-tank gun. Looks like he sees a Greyhound armor car parked right there, and one rear armor shot. Let's see if you can get another rear armor shot. That is a mortar shot landing on it too. Damaged engine will get yet a third shot. It has to rotate. Looks like that Greyhound armor car is trying to sneak away. Will he get the final shot? Yes, he does, and he out of control swerves directly into this HMG team occupied building here. So that's kind of awkward. You can see accomplished mortar team now pegging away at this building here that does have a HMG team in it. Looks like they're going to move on out. Perhaps even trying to see if they can hunt down that Blitz anti-tank gun, but they are out of there. AirTaylor now just kind of dominant control over the map. I really don't see too many other ways here that CryptoN can get out of this situation. He is definitely cornered. Just does not have access to enough units right now. Blitz anti-tank gun. He does have the close combat Volksgrenadiers and the accomplished mortar team out there right now. So 3 units, not looking good for CryptoN. CryptoN just kind of taking some random pot shots out here. Just trying to keep him at bay. And by the way, note, wow, that was yet another defensive strafe right there. I think that was a single. Let me try and rotate the camera and see how many guys we got there. That was just a little bit of Volksgrenadiers who were coming out trying to stop these engineers. Just kind of a defensive strafe there. Looks like we do have the Blitz anti-tank gun now firing away. Blitz anti-tank gun, maybe just kind of moving around there, not even going to do anything at all. So he is definitely stuck in his base right now. Meanwhile, let's just see if we've seen any tech changes. No sign of Tier 4 or anything like that. And yeah, so I like, by the way, the fact that AirTaylor, having such dominant control, isn't even the least bit tempted to go for a base rush. He just is going to cap the entire map and sit there. He knows that this is a high stakes tournament, no holds barred, and he does not want to risk anything. So he's just going to take his advantages and sit on them. And I think that's a fantastic idea, just to make sure he definitely wins. And we do have some chat here from CryptoN saying he believes he underestimated him. And I think this is end of the game chatter here right now. So CryptoN being a mannered player, they're just kind of talking away here. You can see a few mortar shots going around here, but nothing too big. But CryptoN is just completely surrounded. You can see all of AirTaylor's units all across the map here, totally repaired and healthy and vetted and looking good just kind of all across the way here. So it looks like CryptoN is saying he's even calling the next map Samoa as allies, and so I believe that is a good game. 9 points remaining, and it looks like he's just going to let this bleed out. 6 points remaining. A huge assault now coming for AirTaylor, knowing that the game is over, and we do have a GG there. So game 1 is going to go to AirTaylor. Once again, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor ZenMagnets.com, who is providing prizes for the top 4 players. Please check them out if you like these replays. Otherwise, I am HarlequinCoHO. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for game 2.